The civil service is a term that has been applied basically to a large class of federal employees who are hired according to competitive service requirements. So the idea is that we would encourage merit-based hiring within the federal system by establishing a set of objective criteria that panels use to evaluate whether somebody should get a particular job. So the topic of civil service reform has become a lot more important even in recent years as administrative agencies have taken more steps to regulate in larger areas of public life. And also over the years as Congress has enacted statutes that give agencies broader authority, the civil service has more of an impact because the federal government is regulating in more aspects of individual lives. So the idea of civil service started to come into being in the middle of the 19th century. The concern had been that perhaps government jobs were being handed out on the basis of patronage. So the idea that if you were a political supporter or willing to work on someone's campaign, that you would be more easily able to get a federal job. So what's really fascinating about the civil service requirements is that today, looking back, we sort of assume that civil service requirements were put into place with stringent restrictions on firing federal employees. But that really wasn't the case. At the beginning, when there was a lot of reform and a desire to move to merit-based hiring, the requirement for objective criteria was on the front end in selecting people to staff the federal government, but there were not all of the strict requirements in place and restrictions on federal employees being supervised. And so the idea is, do we need to look at and modernize some of the procedures that are in place for how we select people? The current procedures have been on the books since 1978 and really have not been updated since then, despite the fact that the federal government is continuing to play a bigger role in our lives. Technology's changing. There's more of a need for transparency. And so should we take another look at how people are being hired and evaluated and supervised?